Spinal Tap II: The End Continues, which is now showing in cinemas, is yet another sequel to a comedy classic that, surprise surprise, is nowhere near as funny as the original. We've seen this situation countless times as follow-ups to Zoolander, Dumb and Dumber, Coming to America, The Blues Brothers and others all failed, sometimes disastrously, to match the natural gag rate of their predecessors, with most comedy sequels, especially those made decades later, recycling old jokes instead of creating fresher material, which only highlights how much funnier the originals were. Spinal Tap II: The End Continues is no exception, for while it may not be as bad as some of the worst comedy sequels, director Rob Reiner's long-in-development follow-up to his 1984 mockumentary This Is Spinal Tap doesn't come close to the genuine hilarity and intelligence of the first. Reiner returns as Marty DeBurgi, who's once again following British rockers Nigel Tufnell, David St. Hubbins and Derek Smalls, played respectively by Christopher Guest, Michael McKean and Harry Shearer, as they reunite for a final concert in New Orleans, sparking numerous mishaps that are all too conveniently caught on camera. The novelty of the original film was in its sharp improv, absurd physical comedy and convincing documentary style, which often felt like real footage from a 70s or 80s music documentary. But although the mock doc structure is left intact, the authenticity is gone, as the modern camera work and seamless editing feel much more staged, with a bright and polished look that resembles a late-night sketch more than a gritty rockumentary, which not only pulls you out of the joke but also strips away the scrappy charm that made the original feel real. Worse still, the film leans heavily on callbacks and recycled songs, but although hearing the band's old tracks again is mildly amusing, nothing new is added, except every so often the likes of Paul McCartney and Elton John will come in to perform the songs with no alterations, while cameos from Fran Drescher and Paul Schaefer as their memorable characters offer brief nostalgia but little else, other than to remind you of how much better the first movie was. Ultimately, aside from a few occasional chuckles thanks to the lead's improv and Chris Addison as a clueless new manager, Spinal Tap 2 just isn't funny enough to compete with its predecessor, with most gags landing awkwardly or feeling forced by performers who are too obviously in on the joke. Unlike the original, which played it more straight and let the absurdity speak for itself, whereas this is all very been there, done that. In the end, while it's a couple of steps above much worse comedy sequels like Zoolander 2 or Blues Brothers 2000, the two-star Spinal Tap 2: The End Continues is a missed opportunity that could have explored how these aging rockers and their music fit into today's more PC world, but Reiner and company lean too hard on the classics, resulting in a low-energy encore that nobody really asked for. Visit the Film Feeder website to read my more detailed review, but for now, thanks for watching, please like and subscribe for more reviews, and I'll see you next time.